Hello everyone and welcome again to Brain versus Heart. So I got a comment from an ENFJ female who said her INFP boyfriend ghosted her from out of nowhere. I was given more details as to what the situation is. So judging from my experience as an INFP, I know everyone doesn't fit in a little box. I just want to put that out there. First and foremost, there could be a slew of reasons. It depends on the environment. It depends on what is happening in the person's life. But if I'm going to just go off of the INFP way of thinking or the tendencies that they generally have psychologically versus the ENFJ way of thinking or the tendencies that they may have, I'll attempt to answer the question as to why your boyfriend possibly ghosted you. Now, based on compatibility, it is said that ENFJs are basically the easy, most compatible matchup to an INFP. They tend to get along with a lot of people, and INFPs like to get along with people as well. You can rely on them. They're structured and sweet and often very altruistic. They're willing to sacrifice the clothes off their back to make you happy. I dated an ENFJ at one point in my life, and he was very dysfunctional because something happened to him when he was younger, and I'm going to basically try to give you my experience. So here's some things you need to ask yourself. Are you around your INFP too much? Are you smothering them? From my experience, easy on, I was, let's call my ex John. His name was John. So early on, they're the favorite people you'd ever meet. They're so charming. They're so fun to be around. It's like you feel awesome being around them. They make you feel amazing, but then they have a habit of doing that a little bit too much. And this is why I feel like, honestly, the ENTJ or INTJ, from my experience, is a better match to properly contrast each of our issues. Their sensitivity makes it a little bit annoying because while the INFP can be very sensitive as well, we tend to close in on ourselves and separate ourselves from the problem so we can work out that issue that we're having a problem with. From my experience, the ENFJ, which that is refreshing when they're open about everything, they want to be all up in your business all the time. They don't get the concept of leaving you alone. They don't get the concept of you having to be away from them to solve your problems. So it can become a bit smothering. It can become very overbearing. It's very possible that if you did not give your boyfriend time to breathe away from you, that he may be very overwhelmed. I know as an INFP, if I'm just getting to know someone and they're just too much, I will want to separate myself from them. Unless, of course, I also return that vigor. It's different. Also, it may be something that you've said to hurt their feelings, or it could be a number of things. I wasn't given a lot of details, but the reason why they would usually ghost you is because you're too much, you're smothering them, you said something that didn't sit with them, they realize something about you that they're like, this relationship doesn't seem like it's going to work out if this person has this thing wrong with them. Let me not waste their time and just avoid them altogether. Or they really, really, really like you and they want to slow things down a bit to just kind of process moving forward in the relationship. It depends also how long they've ghosted you. Are you talking about like the whole day, a few minutes, a whole week? Was everything great up until that point? Did you notice that their behavior kind of changed? I know the kind of thing with INFPs that's annoying is they don't like to hurt people's feelings. So at times, if I don't like someone anymore or I'm not feeling that person, you can tell I don't like you because I'll just avoid you. I'll be very terse in the way I respond with things, but I'll try not to be outright rude. I never want to hurt your feelings. The best thing you can do with the INFP is if you have a means to text, just ask him outright, hey, did I do something wrong? Do you not want to be with me anymore? Just ask him, because honestly, if you're like, did I do something wrong? The INFP is going to be like, no, you didn't do anything wrong, because they're still trying to work out what it is while trying to figure out a way to not hurt your feelings. So just come out straight and ask him, hey, do you not want to be in this relationship anymore? And he'll be honest with you. It's easier if you come forward with it, because you'd be waiting forever for the INFP to say something. So that could be the reason. Hopefully he's not like dead or something, like, because that's the other reason that is way out there. If he's not writing you back, if everything was fine and then all out of nowhere he just stops texting you like he doesn't exist anymore, something happened. Now another example I'll give from my end of things is a friend that I have, and she would always call me and I would say, hey, can you just text me, because I don't answer my phone calls. And every time she would call me, she would always want something. In the end, it's not like, oh, we're just having a conversation. It always ended up me having to do something for her. If an INFP is in a relationship with someone and they realize that they're always doing for that person, or that person is siphoning all the energy out of them, it's either you're always negative or you're always asking them for things, they will dead you. They'll be nice about it. They'll not, the last interaction you have won't be upsetting, which is why it can be confusing to a lot of personality types. Like, why is the INFP like this? Usually because it's something that you did. If they don't want to be around you, INFPs will be around people or go out of their way to be around people they absolutely are in love with or they want to be with. You did something to rub them the wrong way, or you're taking advantage of them or trying to manipulate them, or you say something to them that's just a play on their character or really rude, and I don't mean like criticism rude, I mean like you blow up on them for no reason whatsoever, they'll be like, okay, see you tomorrow, and then they'll just never talk to you ever again. We also don't like confrontation, so that will be our way of saying, check you later, don't want to be with you anymore. So I would just leave it, honestly, aside from asking him directly, because you guys are in a relationship, and aside from asking him directly, like, what's going on? You want to talk about it? And put it in his court too. Say, hey, if you don't want to be in a relationship with me anymore, that's fine. Just be honest with me. And until then, I'll leave you alone and good luck, I guess. And just leave it in their court. If they love you, they'll come back. If he was trying to get away from you the whole time, you text him that basically, look, talk to me or I'm breaking up with you, and he doesn't, he's probably in his mind saying, whew, glad I don't have to deal with that. That was easy. That means that it was a problem with your relationship and he didn't want to be with you anymore. He just didn't know how to tell you. Anyways, I hope that helped. I'm doing the best I can based on the little bit of information that I was given. But yeah, I know it's very annoying with us. That's one of the social issues that INFPs have, where they just don't like confrontation. They don't like having to deal with that. So we're like little wild horses. We just run away and get spooked. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. Check out our podcast. You can check out the description. I know we haven't had a lot on there as of this video because we're steadily working. My INTJ husband, he was getting in on this too. And you can ask him questions as well in the comments, like directly, like ask him about me, ask him like, how is it living with an INFP? Trust me, he'll be honest with you. And you can ask me, different things. We don't judge anyone. We will answer questions, any questions that you have, no matter what they are. It's just that for the podcast, you probably get the answer to more mature questions on the podcast than you would on YouTube for obvious reasons. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. Check you guys later.